Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Encik Hasnol Mohamed Hussein to the stage.
Very good morning and Assalamualaikum. Thank you to the Master of Ceremony for the generous introduction, but bear in mind that I'm still also in my learnings pathway. Thank you again for the organizer for having me here. Just to introduce again, my name is Hasnol. I was told by the organizational, some of you coming from Sabah and Sarawak, I'm quite close to the other side. My mom actually Sarawakian. Yeah, I'm from Miri, Sarawak, but I basically grew up in Miri, Kuching, and been living in KL for the last of 20 over years. And of course, all the while, I actually spent time mostly in private sector. I was with insurance industry. I was in Great Eastern almost 10 years. Learned a lot of things there, and I had 6 years experience in telecommunication. I was with DG Telecommunication. Lovely experience, which I will share with you all. Certain things that what they're doing in DG is, to me, is amazing. And of course, now with PERKESO, a bit introduction about PERKESO. We are 36 billion organization. We have the asset of 36B. Of course, our role basically, we are public sector insurance, and we have about 800,000 active employer currently, and it's about 8 million active pencarum or insured person. And of course, being insurance, when I came to PERKESO, I found that, wow, this is what we're doing actually. And if you really understand how PERKESO work, to me, to some extent, our role actually is much actually bigger when you compare to what other insurance services can do. Yeah. I can quote, for example, if you have insured person classified to be ilat at the age of 40, if you are paying caruman at the highest maximum contribution, basically PERKESO will basically subsidize your life until you die, basically until the day you point ilat until you die. Basically, you receive around about 5,000 ringgit for your survival. So this kind of thing. Apart from that, we have also allowance layanan sentiasa. If you are in vegetable state, basically we are paying you 500 ringgit. Yeah, for you, in order for you to get support. So that's actually among the things that we are doing. Of course, we have a rehabilitation center in Malacca, and it's the best in Southeast Asia. Soon we're going to have one in Perak. Another one will be coming up, will be in Terengganu. And we've been told that Sabah government is asking for another one rehab center in Sabah. I would expect we're going to have one more maybe in Kuching. Yeah, that's depend. And of course, to have that 36 billion, it is not basically the money that we can be proud of, because every year we are collecting about 6-7 billion caruman. I don't call it income because we're not supposed to make money. From that 6-7 billion, our annual basically liability to pay back for this ILAT, HUK, whatever, that will cost the organization around 5 to 6 billion as well. So that's how it goes. Yeah. Okay. Back to the topic that I have today. It's really very straightforward to me. I've been actually doing this portfolio. I've been handling this portfolio hands-on with 16 staff in PERKESO. What does it mean by an ethical corporate culture? Yeah, maybe to me that I'll take this definition according to Noel Captain, a professor of business ethics and integrity management at Rotterdam School of Management. Ethic culture can be defined as a set of experiences, assumptions, expectations of managers and employees about how the institutions or organization prevent them from behaving unethically and encourages them to behave ethically. Yeah, but for the presentation today, the definition will be into this. I have to categorize it into these two definition. An ethical culture empower employees to speak up about ethical concern and provide them with the necessary resources and support. An ethical culture requires ethical leadership at all levels of organization with the modeling ethical behavior and decision making. So to us in PERKESO, it is more like you must have the platform to raise your concerns or whatever things that you would like to report. Yeah, and of course, to me, one of the in terms of the supporting important element to support an ethical corporate culture, or why I want to have it, and what actually the first thing to me actually the right people. Yeah, to choose the right people to be with you, or to be working with you, or to be part of advocating an ethical corporate culture remain one of the important elements, because to have the right people who can share value with you, believe with you, that will actually cut short a lot of your time. Yeah, I mean, I'm sharing this from my personal experience, and of course, when I was on the way to come here just now, my staff, she told me, look, boss, I'm going for interview next week, this coming Friday. I say, okay, for what position? And he said that something about assistant director of integrity. So I told him, go for it. Yeah. To some extent, if I want to relate that with the right people, I'll someone that feel that if you have the right people, I'll be very proud that my staff can be actually marketable somewhere else. So if he can actually go for the interview, then maybe we'll get the job. I'll be actually very happy. But that's about the staff. How you want to have the right people? I think that's a question we need to ask. What guarantees us that you're going to have the right people? Yeah. To some extent, to me, the right people means if you choose them to be with you, I believe that you must have a very high confidence on these people. I have the experience of bringing a guy from DJI as part of my team. The way basically you choose him is very simple. I went for this DJI drone training. It's 5 days training, and he's actually the trainer of that particular on that particular course, 5 days course. And when I actually look back on my needs in my department, told myself that we're going to acquire drone soon, which we have that. We use that technology internally for the surveillance job that we had in PERKESO. Yeah. So to some extent, to me, that probably this guy is the right person, because why? If I take him in, I probably don't need to send someone for training. You know, I brought him in. He can train my staff. So we brought him in. Cut short. Yeah. So that's pretty easy for me. Maybe we paid. 3 of us went for the training for 15,000. At the end of the day, I got that back for one guy, which now we are using him, and of course for the purpose of surveillance, and of course if we have any functions in PERKESO, he's one of the main person who drive our photo taking, blah blah blah. Yeah, and go to the next point. We talk about the element to support and ethical corporate culture. Our share leadership is very important. Yeah, important in the sense that if you look at the people that you work with, that's something probably that will inspire you. What your leader do actually, that's something that you want to do. Yeah. When I was in private sector, actually, I had never crossed into my mind actually I'm going to join so-called government agency. Ya, dia kalau orang daripada private sector ni, dia punya thinking a bit skeptical. I think we have to accept that fact. Tuan yeah, and I had that. Yeah, in my early stage when I was in private sector. I remember that PERKESO building tu in Jalampang, Great Eastern next door. I was with Great Eastern. So at that particular time, around 9 something, 10 something, you boleh nampak this the staff of PERKESO go to the mall, loitering around. So can you imagine that when I was there, kita cakap, wow, ya inilah orang gomet. Ya, I mean, ya ini orang gomet. Tengok 9-10 lepak. So can you imagine that's feeling that you have. But until that, after I joined, I left Great Eastern, I joined another insurance company, then I joined telecommunication company. Then balik-balik, the CEO rang me up, said, do you want to join us? So I have this project for you. He told me that you have to look into our claims, you look into our governance aspect, you have to look into our compliance. I told him, why not? But then one of the main reasons actually because of when I look back, actually I study about the organization, they have a new CEO, doctor coming from outside, yeah, with different set of mind. So I was thinking, yeah, maybe I should join. So I think today we had about almost about the top 50% of the top management actually coming from outside. Yeah, that's one of the way actually the organization would like to change PERKESO. So that's PERKESO how I see it today. The CEO is somebody that if you probably work in private sector, you can work with him. If you used to work with that kind of culture in the past, you probably have to struggle, because when you want thing today, you better prepare today. So that's him. Now, of course, to me, that's the challenge and that's the motivation. So to me, that's why to me it is very important to have a leader that you can look up. And of course, sustainability. Why do we need that? Why that sustainability as part of the ethical corporate culture, and what make that sustainability is very important? Because I believe today, companies, organization, you need to survive. There's no way that you will left behind from other people. I mean, the reality is that kalau you cannot look back, you kena tengok ke depan. Yeah, I mean. Kalau kita tengok balik, if you look back at certain organisation today, the big organisation, maybe if we can spend time look back at the history of the organisation, the culture that they have, the history, and they are not organisation yang they're doing nothing. To me, most of the organisation, I mean, I'm lucky enough. I was in Great Eastern, I was in DG. I don't mind to share this with you all. And what I can share with you all is that the governance in this particular organization is very strong, and the quality is there. Probably that's why they remain there. They're still standing until today. And for examples, you talk about Great Eastern, if I'm not wrong, they have asset today of 95 billion. That was sometime last year. And we talk about digital acquisition, the Telenor Group in Norway, assets about 23 billion euro. Yeah, and if you look at the governance side, yeah, the governance is very, very strong. It's not something that you can just see that it's a simple company. Why do they survive? I think if I look back from my own perspective, there's a reason why this company is still there, why they are strong. There are some company today, you see that it's a big organization, but tomorrow it's become history. So that's actually very sad. Yeah. Equality. Why is that? Equality is really very important. I mean, I would say that people would like to be treated equal. Yeah. And we are in Malaysia living in society where we are coming from every races, different religion, this kind of thing. So to create an ethical corporate culture, that equality is one of the very important aspects. Yeah? I mean from my perspective. And of course, something that I would like to share in terms of equality. If you like to embed that into the culture organization, and I will refer back to my experience in telecommunication in DG. You used to have this what we call you have this medical benefit for the staff, yeah. And how the medical benefit work to me, it's very it's beautiful in the sense that for every staff of DG, when I was in DG, you are given 2,000 points a year, 2,000 points a year equivalent to 2,000 ringgit, and with that 2,000 you choose your medical plan. They have 1, 2, 3 medical plan. So if you plan to choose the top tier medical plan, basically at that time the coverage is some things like in the event of any hospitalization, you will basically provided with 40,000 if I'm not wrong per admission, per sickness, per family members. And that particular benefit apply across the board. What I mean is that it doesn't matter whether you are the CEO, you are the head of department, you are the normal staff, you are the clerical staff, everybody get the same coverage. So can you imagine that if I'm part of that organization, I'll feel very wow, you know, that's something that to me as an employee of the organization, I'll work very hard. I don't really tak apalah, why saya nak kerja lebih, dia pangkat besar, masuk hospital pun plan besar, coverage besar, but not in the organization. So to me that's one of the things that very I don't say, maybe untuk we all here, something that we can think of. You know, if you have that kind of culture, you will have people very happy staff. You tak nak complain lah. Why? Sebab they treat you equal. You are human, as simple as that. Yeah. Okay. The next maybe we're talking about clearly define and communicate core ethical value. On this ground, to me that you know, kita on that sense, you must actually able to provide a platform. How do you want to communicate in terms of ethical value in your organization? And thanks to the previous speakers, we are PERKESO, we are ABMS certified. This is our second time. We were recertified last year, and it's go until 2027. And for those who have yet to obtain that, go for it. It may be cost money, but it's worth it because you basically look into what are those risks that you have in your organization, yeah. And of course, to provide a platform for reporting, we have ABMS. We do our, we call it integrity monitoring program, something like you're doing audit. We're also doing a CMP, compliant monitoring program. At the same time, we had our own whistleblowing platform. To some extent, how you want it to be transparent. Basically, the whistleblowing actually goes to me. Yeah, I'm the first person who will receive for any complaint with regard to corruption, bribery, and abuse of power. To some extent, so with regard to any consequence management issue in the organization. And of course, apart from me, basically my CEO will receive it. Yeah, we try to be transparent as we can. The CEO will receive it. The chairman of the board chairman will receive it as well. And the head of governance, I'm basically reporting directly to my CEO. At the same time, I'm reporting to the governance board in. So we have it, what we call it GEAR. GEAR is what governance, ethic, assurance and risk committee. So there are 4 people plus head of the CIA will receive the complaint. So to some extent, how can I, when I receive complaint, actually I would like to put it under the carpet, so I can't. Yeah. On the same time, when we receive the complaint to the system, it will auto-generated, recorded into the other system that we have. So every month, like my side, I have to look into it. I have to be answer to it. And of course, apart from reporting to this committee, to CEO, to the chairman of the board, I'm actually required to report to KSM because we are the agency under the Ministry of Human Resource. And 3 times a year we also report to the SPRM, yeah, that kind of reporting. So if another thing that I would like to share, I'm sorry because I'm sharing this with regard to my experience, especially in DG, they have another nice thing that they did that with regard to whistleblowing. Here whistleblowing, if we think that we are reporting, you have 5 people actually email go to these 5 gentlemen there in the organization. In DG, what they did with the whistleblowing actually handled by the third party. Yeah, that is actually the standard of the Scandinavian government, because Telenor still belong to is the state on, and that's what they do. The whistleblowing is handled by third party, and any complaint coming in, the third party will actually contact the compliance officer. Then the compliance officer will escalate the case to people down there. So, as I said, to some extent, the culture is beyond what we think. It's the maturity, I think, is very, very high. Yeah, and the other actually established clear policies and reporting mechanism. I think this is also the same. Yeah, and you must have this thing to be in your organization. I mean, we have a proper policy. For example, like our site, what we have in PERKESO, I have this anti-fraud policy. We have this anti-bribery policy, which is aligned with the ABMS. Yeah. Next will be the consistent and regular training. Okay. Consistent and regular trainings, something also that we plan on yearly basis. For example, in my experience in PERKESO, we draw a plan to have this awareness program throughout the year, and we basically target, at the moment we have 54 offices around the country. Every year we targeted about 25 visits to every offices around the country, and to some extent the training will be a face-to-face training rather than an online training, but nevertheless we do have that online training as well. Yeah. When we talk about reward, why is it important component of an ethical culture? I would say that the good stuff we will rewarded, especially those who provide you with whatever information with regard to wrongdoing, this, that, blah, 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 those with regard to good governance. And bad staff, so-called, will also get something. Yeah, that will be the other way around. Of course, under my department, we have basically we have 3 units, which is anti-fraud. Anti-fraud is the one looking into all those fraud claims. Ethic will be looking into the internal investigation. That's where that will be actually much related to the reward side. And then we have another one, which is integrity. We're doing awareness program throughout the year, and this will be inclusive of our ABMS NACS program as well. Going to challenges that we have, yeah, and definitely challenges in terms of resistance to change. I think this is normal everywhere, yeah, no doubt, unless some of you here say that you do not have these challenges in terms of implementing goods or governance things. I think the challenges is coming from those who coming from the other side of what we are doing. I mean, for example, I can share a bit on the ops that we have with SPRM. Yeah, we work very closely with SPRM. In the past of 5 years, especially during the post-COVID 2020 until 2024. We have about 4 to 5 operations that we did with Bagian Siasatan SPM. 2020 to 2022, we basically arrested about 130 people, including the company directors. Yeah, that's actually with regard to the government incentive during COVID. You know very well that's what we call the program subsidy upah and employee retention program, as well as hiring incentive. Yeah, I had this. I attended one talk actually in Kota Kinabalu in 2 years ago. The sad part was when I was actually sitting in the hall. When you look at when they did the opening ceremony, one of the main sponsors actually used to be my target, used to be our target. Yeah, and that company actually claims BSU and hiring from PERKESO, and we paid I think about more than over 20 million. So because of the way, because of the technical part of that, because some of those cases still in the court process, so nothing much you can do. But can you imagine that you're sitting here, you have that, you have your target name, the top there, the main sponsor. So I was there with my staff. I told my staff, if I could, I nak keluar, I nak balik KL. Yeah, it's very sad. Yeah, that's the things about when we talk about value. So what kind of value that we want? Yeah, and of course we at the time we were entrusted to disburse close to 24 billion ringgit fund, and that's actually for the good of the Malaysian economy. You can't have people stop doing their business, the kilang stop doing their operation. So that is amount of money that we were entrusted to manage and to release and to disperse to the public. And I came across someone doing the press con a couple of days ago, yeah, talking about the NGOs. I got nothing against the NGOs, but end up that particular person also used to be one of our target, yeah, and which actually we paid his company almost, I would say almost 12 million, yeah. But of course we're still in the process of bringing him to court, yeah, and most of the time one of the main factor will be actually more in terms of how good your evidence is when you go to court. Yeah. So I think being in this portfolio, yeah, this kind of thing sometimes that you see, sometimes you ask yourself, you wonder, am I at the right side or should you actually go to the other side? Yeah. Because when you want to make money, you don't think about whatever issue about ethical things. A lot of things that, but at the end of the day, is that what you want? Yeah, I have people also ask me, how do you manage things at your end? At the end of the day, to me, well, I still can go home. I can go home, sleep soundly. I think that's my motivation. Yeah, and okay. Now probably we go to the solutions to ethical corporate culture. We talk about how do we want to overcome that. Probably the best thing is that whatever it is, it has to be lead by example. You must have a good leader to be there, and you have to show good things in order for people to follow you. And definitely you talk about comprehensive ethics training and awareness program. I would say that treat this ethic training awareness program as an investment and not a cost to your organization. Yeah. Of course, some training to me, it has to be done face to face. Because today, a lot of companies, a lot of organizations, even the government agency want to cut the cost. Traveling pun kena cut. yeah. Tapi being in this side of where you look into the ethical matters, you just have to be very clear what is your ROI. Like I know basically my team, I thanks God until today I don't have problem traveling. Yeah, my boss don't question me traveling. We just show him that what is our ROI. We maintain ROI about 600-700% on our project. Yeah, so that basically the ROI. So there should not be any question asked. And of course, you have to consider clear communication of ethical standard, how clear it can be. Yeah, so that's something that need to ponder and need to build on that, and build a supportive reporting environment. And definitely, that is not conclusive. There are more other things that you can do actually apart from that. Yeah. Good. Okay. Coming to my last slide. What you got? Okay. Why ethics in corporate culture matters? So to me, the main thing will be you building a trust. Yeah. If you have trust within your organization, I would say that everybody will happily working. Yeah, you can basically achieve your target whatsoever. And definitely another point is that why you need that, because you need to mitigate the risk that you have in the organization. And thirdly, actually attracting top talent. Top talent, I think, is very important. Yeah, and if I look back actually from during my time in private sector, and I compare what happened to organization like PERKESO today, and I can say that during when I was with private sector, nobody actually want to talk about PERKESO. Nobody knows what is PERKESO all about. Yeah, but I think to some extent, COVID bring us good thing. After COVID, I think everybody knows that that's actually PERKESO. Yeah. So that's why now I think we have few top gun joining us. Imagine that our investment department only make about 200-300 million a year. The last 2 years, I would say that the investment income, especially last year, it reached almost 2 billion. Yeah, because we bring in people from basically the expertise from that respective field. And definitely last but not least, creating a positive impact on the society. So to have that ethical culture, that's basically can create a positive impact on the society that you have. Yeah, I'll come to my end of my presentation, and I think that's all from me. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Hasnol, for your insightful presentation.